I mean, I think I just don't see how he's gonna be able to kill him when his essence has been like thrown across several realms by Dormammu, and he still came back and reformed himself. And like Dormammu has like soul hacks and stuff like that. He can destroy concepts. Um, like they scale up to like multi-eternity as well casually, and the dark dimension, which has infinite dimensions and has it scales likely several layers into outer versal. Um, so I just don't see how Superman's gonna be able to kill him, really, even if he does have like higher outer scaling. Because you can't just kill Doctor Strange simply by beating the fuck out of him. In classic? Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Do you want to conclude? Basically, my conclusion is just like I think Doctor Strange has too many hacks, more experience, and Superman has to like pretty much accelerate to reach like those high levels of speed, anyways. From what they've implied, like on his speed when he was gonna transcend like the bounds of infinity. So it's not likely that he can just operate at the top speed like straight away. So I think that Doctor Strange would catch him slipping while he's accelerating and beat him from there. But yeah, that's my conclusion. Mm, okay. All right. So what do you guys think? Doctor Strange. I mean, well, who do you guys think won that? I don't know. Objectively, again. Again. Look at it objectively. Don't pick like your favorite or whatever. Yeah. Okay. From Eggman asked, most egregious jobber in Marvel and DC. I think Silver Surfer is probably the biggest jobber because he has so many abilities and he doesn't even use them like more than half the time. Like he can time travel. He has soul hacks. matter manipulation, and he hasn't even used them a lot of the time. So I think him probably. Yeah. He doesn't do shit. Yeah. Cause he smells. Uh, Well, Wolverine has gotten fucking beat up by Deadpool and Spider-Man so many times, dude. Oh my god. Mhm. Uh, mhm. Oh. Mhm. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. All right, Metroid, Hercules, Fate versus Akatsuki. So I don't know shit about Hercules from Fate, but what do you think about the? Okay, so let me see what this wiki says about how powerful Hercules is. Uh, yeah. Well, I gotta answer the other questions first, but yeah, hold on. Hercules, Fate. No, they can hear you. Well, they should be able to hear you.
On your end, they don't hear me. Yo, can y'all hear me? Nah, they couldn't hear me for the beginning. That's unfortunate.
Oh, okay.
My fault, fellas. I just fucking spin hooked kicked this man Chuck into oblivion on. Wait, what was the last topic we did? Oh, Doctor Strange versus Superman.
Strange.
I can't believe my people missed me repping Superman. That never happens. But y'all can check out Chuck's stream too. But I will tell you guys this, my stream, since now you can hear
Hey,
me.
what up, Zenkai?
If you want us to do your battle, donate $5 or up. You can hit my Cash App, or you can hit the YouTube stream to donate, and me and Chuck will be doing all the battles donated for. We are actually about to do one that was donated for Kenpachi versus Vegeta. So, you want me to go first? You want to go
okay,
first?
so hold up. Let's read these other questions first. Okay, so for Metroid, I don't know enough about Hercules, but I think that Katsuki probably takes it with their teamwork. I think Datara and fucking Conan would just spam the fuck out of him with their paper shit. Borg asks Goon Doom versus Goku Black. I think Doom fucking slaps the verse. He literally had shields to withstand shit from Celestials, which even if you wank the fuck out of Beerus and Whis and stuff like that, I don't think they get to Celestial tier personally. So I think Doom takes it. What do you think?
If we're talking like an actual versus battle, Doom farts and Black dies. So
yeah,
I mean, he might steal his ring though. He might be like, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Overlord,
Sentry, Earth 616 versus Superman pre-crisis. Okay, Overlord, is that like a debate or like just like a discussion? Like, do you want us to answer? Because if we're talking about like a straight up discussion, I think that pre-crisis probably takes it. I think he speed blitzes the fuck out of Sentry. Sentry does have a chance with his molecular manipulation and his feat from fucking up Molecule Man, who would scale to the pre-retcon Beyonder, who was fucking up the multiverse just casually. But I'd probably give it to pre-crisis Superman because of his speed, because he literally poured the bounce of infinity casually. So I don't know. What do you think?
What's the battle?
Sentry versus Superman pre-crisis. So I think Superman takes it.
Yeah,
with
no,
his speed.
Superman pre-crisis would grab him and throw him through time. He'd be like, go away. Like, pre-crisis used to do weird shit. You might fuck around and accidentally beat up Sentry.
Yeah, but let us know if you want us to debate that or if you just want us to do a discussion overlord.
Yeah, that
okay,
might be
Joseph.
An
and also, yeah. And also, guys, if you're gonna donate, like, let us know if you want us to do like the debate or just the discussion itself, right? Like put it in there as well.
Put in parentheses debate or put in parentheses battle.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Joseph, World Breaker, Hulk versus Sundip Superman. Which Superman? Let us know, Joseph.
Yo, we just got a question. How far would Plastic Man get in Naruto or Bleach? Plastic Man?
He probably solos, right?
Yeah. Plastic Man, unironically, like, and son in prison. And they're like, what the fuck? So, when that happens, Wonder Woman and, like, Flash pull up, and they tell Superman, like, yo, that's Plastic Man's son. Like, we probably should let him go. And Superman's like, what the fuck, why? And they're like, yo, Plastic Man's actually about it. Like, that's just a tough matchup. And so Plastic Man shows up, and keep in mind, Plastic Man doesn't actually have a good relationship with his son. His son hated him for a long time because Plastic Man was off doing, like, hood rat shit. And at that point, we see Plastic Man pull up, and he's like, yo, I might have been a shitty father and all that, but, like, if you think you're gonna take my son, you got me fucked up. And Superman's like, yo, who you talking to? And Plastic Man, keep in mind, Plastic Man had already beat up, I think he beat up Flash by that point, and he took out Wonder Woman, or threatened to, and he put a finger in Superman's face and was like, you look here, you stupid bitch. He was like, you might scare everybody else, but I can definitely throw hands with you, and I'm gonna do that shit, so you don't touch my fucking son. I'm walking out of here with the little man, and just to let you know, I know you're an insecure little bitch hiding behind your power on that throne. You're not a real god, you're not a real king, so shut the fuck up. And Superman didn't do shit. Plastic Man walked out of there like a fucking G. I was like, my god, best version of Plastic Man.
Alright, real quick, before we go into the Compacho versus, so Neo asked, love both of y'all, here's a me matchup. I'd like to see how Jobbers would debate Thanos would prep versus the entire Dragon Ball verse. Of course, Jobbers doesn't have to pick Thanos, but it would be preferred.
Is this MCU or regular Thanos? Because I don't need prep if it's comics. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't need prep. Unless he means, how would I argue?
Yeah, how would you argue it? How would you argue Dragon Ball? Probably, maybe. I think that'd be interesting. How you would argue it?
Oh fuck. So I would probably just show the scan of Wolverine nearly killing Thanos. Thanos admitting, like, Wolverine tears. He just never expected it, but they can kill him. And I'm not going to show the next panel where Wolverine's turned into soup, but the point is, Silver Surfer has beaten Thanos in fair combat.
In equal stats.
Yeah. So Thanos isn't that great of a fighter. As, like, literal fucking Marvel Mexicans beat the shit out of Silver Surfer and, like, put him in a vice grip. Black Panther's beating him up. Like, not that great of a fighter. So Thanos, and the fact that Thanos has, like, called Captain Marvel like a tough opponent, and Captain Marvel, like, is Ben Grimm tier, and Ben Grimm has losses to, like, Sandman and
you literally have counter arguments to everything, dude. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, so Thanos fucking sucks, basically. Like, he had a star level Drax on his ass for decades, and Drax has killed him before. So, like, just get someone with fucking conviction in Dragon Ball to go after his bitch ass. Like Vegeta or Kiwi? Big Kiwi? Kiwi would beat the fuck out of Thanos. Kiwi would be like, bro, you're not even a fucking Saiyan, dude. And he'd rip his heart out. So yeah, now Thanos has no conviction. You can easily scale him to, like, star level, maybe star level plus. So obviously there's a shit ton in Dragon Ball. Base Goku, like, probably clears. You know, he's boundless. So shout out to the Kai for giving us absolute scaling link.
What up, Troy?
By being supposedly higher dimensional, and Frieza scares the fuck out of him. So, and we know he couldn't check Boo. We know for a fact he couldn't check Boo. Boo might scream at his bitch ass. Boo might scream. So yeah, no, they jump Thanos.
Yeah. Okay, Angel, with the $2, thank you very much. Bugs Bunny versus Uncle Grandpa. I don't know enough about Uncle Grandpa. Probably give it to Bugs Bunny because of 2 and Force. But I'm guessing Uncle Grandpa also has 2 and Force. But didn't Bugs Bunny like fuck up his rider though? So
Bugs Bunny's done everything in the hood, bro. Bugs Bunny fucking went to DC and was fucking shit up. The Tasmanian Devil, Mr. Mixie ran away because literally one of the snacks for Tasmanian Devil is 5th dimensional imps. So it's like, oh shit. By the way, someone just donated on my stream. Hello guys, huge fan. Who wins, Pariah versus God Emperor Doom? That's a tough matchup. Do you know anything about God Emperor Doom?
Yeah.
Would you
feel the Beyonders?
Yeah, would you feel comfortable repping him when we debate that? Because I don't think you've read the Pariah shit. It's pretty new.
Yeah. I don't know shit about Pariah honestly, so I probably wouldn't be that good on debating that.
Okay.
But with Doom,
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, so yeah,
William, we'll do that one after the Kenpachi one because we haven't done that.
Yeah. All right, hold up, real quick. Demi-sama, thank you for the $6. JC Denton from Deus Ex Invisible War post Helios Fusion versus Crisis Prophet from post Crisis 3 credits. Do you know anything about Deus Ex? Because I don't know shit about Deus Ex.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I don't know shit about Deus Ex. I'm sorry, Denton. If you have another question, though, let us know.
If you,
preferably Dragon Ball, Bleach, Godzilla, or Marvel and DC. Preferably. Like,
I can do a lot of things except like the niche. I can do almost all comics, but I just like some of like the niche fucking animes. I don't know. I'm American as fuck, dog.
Yeah, but that means you don't have to donate again. You can just
just
put in the comments like what do you like this? What other shit do you like this to answer? Because I don't know shit about Denton, honestly. Joan Martinez is Bill Cipher 5th dimensional. I've never seen Gravity Falls.
Bill Cipher.
I've heard he's complex multiversal. Right?
Bill has wild scaling. He has scaling to the rider. He took over his own Reddit one time. That boy's a wild boy. He easily scales above like 11 dimensional. That's directly in the
11th dimensional.
Yeah,
really?
No, that's like verbatim stated in the lore. Like he's above the 11th dimension.
Yeah, so complex multi at least, yeah, or low hyperversal. Probably,
like the high end of complex, bare minimum. But he'd truly at least be like hyperversal.
Okay.
Someone just asked on my stream for $4.99. Shout out to Hunger. How far does Naruto verse get in Toriko? Do they seal one of the 8 kings? I'll address that. I don't know if you've ever read Toriko. I know you don't really do Naruto.
I have not read Toriko, but I heard they have star level shit though, right?
Dude, the fucking like the gorillas and shit, like the animals in Toriko, just on the regular Earth might beat the fuck out of most Naruto characters. Like the 8 kings definitely don't get sealed. Like the Earth on Toriko is so crazy, it can contain like infinite things, like multiple infinite things. The sky itself has like endless and infinite numbers of vegetables. Like there was an explosion of 5 light years, and it was like small compared to the planet. So it's like that planet's big as fuck. So like the creatures on there, like the gravity, all that, it's fucking insane. No, Naruto does absolutely nothing in Toriko. Gets boloed. They would eat him. They'd literally eat him. I don't know if you know this, Chuck, but that verse is based on eating. So like when you eat stuff, you get more power. So they literally turn Naruto characters into snacks. Unfortunately.
Yeah, I heard Bambina is really powerful. Like that monkey dude, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Bambina. Oh yeah, he's a savage.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, guys, since we have Jobbers in here, you guys can ask Naruto questions, but he would be the one to answer them because I don't know shit about Naruto, but I mean, I could probably chip in on something. But anyways, do you want to go over the Kenpachi? We're going to go over the Kenpachi and Vegeta stuff, I guess.
Yeah, we'll do Kenpachi versus Vegeta.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold up. Demi-sama, real quick. Okay, hold on. Let me answer Demi's question real quick. Metacooler versus Perfect Cell. Metacooler. Metacooler has better speed feats. He literally beat the fuck. He literally tracked Goku through instant transmission, which is instant. So Cell would get fucking blitz hardcore. So, and not to mention, Metacooler has like 1 million or 10 billion clones of himself. So yeah. He's also a much better fighter, I would argue, because when he fought against Goku, he like blocked all of his blows like accurately. Like literally, Metacooler had to be jumped by Vegeta and Goku to speed 1. So I'll probably go to Metacooler. Dan the Shermanator. Oh, this one's gonna be good. When you're done with Ultra Ego versus Kenpachi, Ben Grimm versus Buhan would be a hilarious debate.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you on that, boy. Yeah, let's do Kenpachi versus Vegeta first, though.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've been bullshit on that one. All right, so
yeah.
You want me to go first, or you? I'll be repping Kenpachi. You'll be repping peak Vegeta.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you want me to start, or you want to go?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, my fellow citizens, and Chuck, welcome to like the 4th debate of the night. And by the way, for my fans, we basically do intros and then like a few short rounds, and then we'll conclude so we can do a bunch of debates. But I believe with Kenpachi's highest scaling, he pretty comfortably scales above Vegeta. For instance, we know that Kenpachi in the light novels was casually able to counteract someone that could literally fill up and destroy a hyperspace, which we knew at that point was above the regular dimensions of Bleach, so it would be a higher dimensional construct. So at worst, it would be an infinite hyperspace of 5th dimensional proportions, and this was like casually negged by a Kenpachi who wasn't even at full power. Kenpachi is also considered a threat by Aizen. Keep in mind, this Aizen literally, like, super fucking casually destroyed a being consisting of literal logic itself, which like determines things like math, philosophy, all of that. And this being was casually one-shot with this realm he was in being multiple dimensions. It's a higher dimensional construct as well, and that being he one-shot governs all of time and space, which would be the infinite multiverse. And it was a being, again, that was made of logic, and it literally verbatim states it was a showing from Aizen to prove he scales beyond logic. And the fact that he considers like Kenpachi a threat to him in power, the fact that Kenpachi was able to scale to shit that's like able to combat Aizen to a degree, like the higher numbered spells, or I forgot what they're actually technically called in Bleach, but the Hados or something shit like that, they scale roughly to Aizen, some of the higher ones, and those are also listed as like extra dimensional, and Kenpachi like casually scales to it beyond that. So Kenpachi, especially at full power, given in after the light novels and such, he got stuff like the patch, and that made him considerably stronger. I think he literally outstats Vegeta and erases him.
All right, you done?
Yeah, that's my intro.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think Vegeta blitzes because he would scale massively above base Goku in the manga, who moved in a void without time and space. Also would scale up to high infinite as well, because we do have base Goku in the afterlife being able to move from the Grand Kai's planet all the way to Hell in a couple minutes. So he should be infinite to inaccessible. So I don't see how the fuck Kenpachi is gonna be able to hit him at all. And not to mention that Ultra Ego Vegeta can just use Spirit Fission to like split his Zanpakuto's spirit from his self, and he could also just he would also get stronger from the damage he receives. So I think also Vegeta has range, so he could just keep a distance from Kenpachi and just blast him with energy attacks. Which I don't think Kenpachi will be able to chop away simply. And Kenpachi doesn't have range at all. He's more of a close range fighter. So I think overall Vegeta would take it with his speed and his range attacks.
So to answer the speed question, that's pretty easy. First of all, characters of Kenpachi tier can fight beyond time and space, at least bare minimum regular time and space. and go beyond logic, which would be including the likes of the speed equation, as well as literally Kenpachi fucked up somebody that could instantly fill a hyperspace, a higher dimensional hyperspace. So to say like Kenpachi doesn't have the speed scaling would be kind of crazy. He definitely does, especially in the higher meta. So there's no question he could keep up with Vegeta. In fact, you could argue he might even have some more sound scaling than Vegeta does in the speed department, but like at worst he's relative, if not an equal. And on top of this, given his spiritual pressure, his scaling via scaling above like something that could destroy a higher dimensional hyperspace, scaling relative to someone who can literally destroy logic itself that governs all the time and space, which is an infinite multiverse. I do feel like you could argue like the pressure itself could kill Vegeta, but I think he's fast enough to close in and engage him in a regular sense, and easily be able to fuck him up that way. As well as we know, like he could go toe to toe with an Ichigo whose raw power could match like an infinite or endless Reaper, Soul Reaper execution weapon. So I definitely feel like in stats, Kenpachi absolutely has them.
Okay, well, I do see your point with the filling the hyperspace. That was with the fight with Zashido. However, we don't have like an exact time frame, and we also don't know exactly how big the hyperspace is. So,
well,
so
we do know it was above the regular time and space. So like something beyond time and space would naturally be bigger. On top of this, it does actually say his Hado filled the entirety of the hyperspace in moments. It does say that in the light novel.
Oh, okay.
And Kenpachi wiped it out almost instantly, so it's like that's why it was a big deal.
Well, the thing is, like as I said, like even base Goku has like feats that are on that level, if not higher, and then Ultra Ego is like basically like a fusion multiplier, if not greater. So even if they do both theoretically have like the same tier of speed, I think Vegeta would scale higher with his multipliers.
The ability is I've never seen Vegeta demonstrate, and I've never seen Dragon Ball characters demonstrate their soul destroying ability or soul separating ability working on characters that scale massively above them. So I don't think it would actually work on Kenpachi. I believe his spiritual pressure is too literally naturally high. As we know, Aizen literally says that in terms of power, characters like Ichigo and whatnot, they scale, and like himself, they scale like dimensions, literally dimensions above time and space. So he would, and that makes sense because he destroyed logic. And Kenpachi's definitely this tier, especially when he gets stronger. And you brought up like what base Goku can do and whatnot in speed, but we literally know like base characters can like Kenpachi was in base when he casually negged an inaccessible speed attack like instantly. So for him to do that and for him to have the range to so he had the range to attack a hyperspace filling attack instantly. So that's a 5D range attack that he wiped out. So him being able to do that also addresses the range aspect for against Vegeta. So I think he would be able to close the distance, engage Vegeta, and I do feel like Vegeta majority of the time does engage in hand-to-hand. So I feel like he'd walk right into the trap of Kenpachi fucking him up. But there's also, and I do feel like I've done really good AP scaling, that he could just flex and like that fuck up or kill Vegeta. His spiritual pressure. Do you have anything else you want to bring up for it, or you want to go to conclusions?
Yeah, just conclusions, I guess. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'll conclude first because I think you concluded like the last couple first. So
yeah.
This was a really good. This is probably one of our better debates so far. I do feel like I demonstrated in the stats department the fact that they scale above logic, beyond time and space, multiple dimensions above. So scaling casually above higher dimensional hyperspace structures being destroyed, shit like that, and attacks that fill up voids like that instantly. These things of that nature, I feel like I blatantly demonstrated is comfortably above anything Vegeta scales to, and I felt like I successfully countered points brought up about the hats with the fact that there was no counter to me bringing up Vegeta's never once demonstrated he could do it to beings with higher pressure or defense or AP. So I don't feel like any of the win cons are met for Vegeta. And as a result, I feel like I properly introduced how Kenpachi would close distance and win. And I also introduced potentially a spirit pressure alone could be too much. I think overall I proved he's simply overwhelming for even peak Vegeta. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I think generally, like, even if you did give the benefit of the doubt that base Kenpachi would have an accessible speed feat, I think the Ultra Ego multiplier is way too high to contend with the Kenpachi's multiplier, because even if you Kai bolt Kenpachi, he would have like 100 times multiplier, which Shikai is 5 to 10, and then Bankai would be another 5 to 10. So I think that even if they did have similar speed tiers in that regard, I think Ultra Ego is still higher. But yeah, that's probably where I would conclude. I think Vegeta speedless is and has a range to keep Kenpachi at bay, even if he does have more attack potency. So, yeah.
All right, chat. That was a really good debate, by the way. Chat, let us know who you think won. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
I also got a question from someone on my answer while we get votes. For $4.99, Mori Jin in the Tournament of Power. I haven't been keeping up with God of High School, but even before, like in prior chapters, we saw at one point like Mori Jin, especially in his true form, like scales above regular dimensions. You could argue that to be all dimensions and outer versal, but we'll just say extra dimensional. We know beings can like casually like blink the universe off and shit like that. So I do feel like Mori Jin is pretty comfortable in the Tournament of Power. Even if we lowball him, he's gonna blast his way through the lower tiers. And I do think actually one of his hardest fights would probably be someone like Hit, because Hit's power set's really weird. So that might be weird for him, but besides that, even before the updated chapters, like Mori Jin had pretty good god tier scaling that would allow him to be super competitive, if not outright win the Tournament of Power.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll answer yours in a bit, Fizzy. Superior wants us to do Godzilla versus... Oh, wait. Superior has to be $5, bro. So give us 3 more and we'll do it. Joan Martinez asks Scarlet Witch versus Jean Grey. MCU versus Fox. I think Scarlet Witch probably takes it. What about you?
Fuck, this is gonna be hard to argue. Is this a versus battle or a debate?
Yeah. It's a versus battle.
Oh, okay.
MCU versus Jean Grey from Fox.
Oh, Jesus
I don't remember
Christ.
exactly what Jean Grey did, but I think
Dark...
Scarlet Witch takes it.
If Darkhold fucking Scarlet just decides she doesn't want that bitch to exist no more, we're in trouble.
She wouldn't exist.
Yeah, like we saw Phoenix was able to eventually beat Apocalypse, but this Apocalypse was kind of getting his shit ran by Magneto, who was, when he was serious, it was just like throwing buildings at him and shit. So like you can definitely it's an uphill fucking battle to suggest Phoenix would do anything to Scarlet Witch, considering Scarlet Witch outright can destroy fucking Infinity Stones. These same Infinity Stones that hold infinite power that can govern time and space. So the fact that like Scarlet Witch scales to and above that, nah. Phoenix gets fucking ran through. Phoenix got fucking beat up by Wolverine. Wolverine walked through her all-out blast and stabbed her. You think Wolverine is walking through Scarlet Witch when Thanos couldn't? GG.
Yeah, not to mention that wasn't even like that wasn't even like a dark Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, no, that wasn't even prime. And this is the same Scarlet Witch pulled up on Doctor Strange with a literal army.
Yeah. Fizzy wants us to do Cosmic Cube Thanos versus Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. He said a discussion, but we can do a debate, whatever you want to do. I think Infinity Gauntlet Thanos takes it because he has better feats.
Versus Cosmic Cube.
But you could probably think of a good argument for a Cosmic Cube, but
of course
I think Infinity, I think Infinity Gauntlet takes it because he literally nagged a bunch of abstracts casually.
Okay, so actually, so did Cosmic Cube, and the reason Cosmic Cube is so like OD is it scales to like Beyonders, and we know that like currently Beyonder scaling puts them above the Celestials that can like burn even the Phoenix and defy Captain Universe's power, which like beat Null. So you can get pretty scary there. I don't see Infinity Gauntlet like consistently scaling to that, especially if Cosmic Cube BFRs them to like another dimension outside of the 616 universe. You could be a bitch and be like, "Yo, the Gauntlet won't work there, pussy." But Cosmic Cubes actually scale to the intelligence and the intellect and the capacity of the being wielding it. For example, Red Skull's a retard, so like he's just a Nazi bitch. So like when he has the Cosmic Cube, like no one's honestly that scared of him. They're like, hey, this guy's not that capable. But someone like Thanos, who can understand archetypes, can understand higher beings and such, like he's somewhat like relative to Doctor Doom, who can literally understand narratives. Like Thanos with the Cosmic Cube is actually very OD in terms of like power and potential, and he did scale to and above abstracts in that arc with the Cosmic Cube. He's basically a god, so I definitely think Cosmic Cube has arguments for beating IG.
Yeah, and another reason I think IG takes it is because he did have the feat of like when he snapped his fingers, like it reached all the way to the Beyonder realm, which is far larger than the Marvel multiverse. And I don't think the Cosmic Cube did anything on that level, just quite.
Well, the Cosmic Cube is confirmed to like scale to.
Oh, but yeah, Beyonder, right?
Yeah, not only that, this Beyonder scales above like regular Beyonders now because he survived his retcon.
Yeah.
So like Cosmic Cube, and I think Cosmic Cube did bolo a bunch of abstracts. So.
Right. All right, Superior. Godzilla versus Fing Fang Foom. I guess. I don't know which Godzilla. So, I think Marvel Godzilla will beat the fucking shit out of Fing Fang Foom. I think Heisei Godzilla probably has an argument too. Heisei Godzilla has MFTL stuff because he did keep track of Space Godzilla's crystals, which can cross like a solar system pretty fast. I actually think they said that the white hole was like across the galaxy or something, or across the universe. And Godzilla should scale to like solar system level, I think, because he is composed of several cells that literally absorb the power from a supernova. So, Fing Fang Foom, I think he fought Hulk one time, right? I think he's even had trouble with Iron Man before with like his fodder suits. So I think Godzilla takes it, honestly, especially versus Marvel Godzilla, who matched Thor. But I don't know. What do you think about Fing Fang Foom?
Fing Fang Foom classically has been able to swap hands with Hulk, being able to destroy beings like Nightcrawler and his dimension, which is beyond like regular dimensions. On top of this, Fing Fang Foom was able to swap hands with Fat Cobra. Fat Cobra, who was able to literally depower Merge Sentry, which is supposed to be one of the stronger sentries, and he can fight on the final layer of hell beyond all time and space and existence. So just being able to do that, I believe Fing Fang Foom. Wait, is this a versus battle or debate?
It's a versus battle.
Oh, Fing Fang Foom gets raped. I'm sorry. I thought we were debating.
No, it's no.
Yeah, my fault, people. No, Fing Fang Foom gets beat the fuck up. Fing Fang Foom did lose to Fat Cobra. Like, Fing Fang Foom is like iffy. He's
no,
too
guys,
touchy, touch and go. But I was about, whoa, man,
no, guys,
I was going to fight for my life.
Dude, Splash could literally like fucking take any character and probably fucking make a good argument for them, dude. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, and by the way, everybody, we're doing these debates for fun. We'll specify like our true stance on them after and such.
Which race of aliens would you be in Marvel? Probably be a deviant or something.
Dude, I'd be a super scroller. I just go around impersonating motherfuckers. I'd be annoying as shit, dude. I'd be like, I'd pull up on Ben Grimm as a Yancey kid, and then I'd like transform into the Tribunal. Like, what's up, bitch? And then I get beat up because Ben Grimm's the man. Speaking of which, we're gonna address this question, and then we can do the Ben Grimm versus Buhan debate.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah,
that one's gonna be toxic. How far does? And actually, Chuck, I want to hear your input on this. Shout out to Hunger for dropping another donation. How far does Xeno Goku get in Marvel DC verse?
I think he makes it to like low Celestials, arguably like very low abstracts, like the weakest living Tribunal, like Eternity avatars, because they can apparently get up to 8th or 9th dimensional, from what I understand. Don't quote me on that, but I know they're at least like 6th to 7th, but they can be argued even higher, depending on how you argue it. I just have to go over all the scans and stuff, but they can be anywhere from 6th to 9th dimensional. So I'll say around that range. Living Tribunal and Eternity's avatars can be like 12th to 16th dimensional bare minimum, from what I understand, and they can be even up to infinite dimensional. But I think that low Celestials is probably the highest they get, in my opinion. I don't know, what do you think? If they're between 6th to 9th dimensional, where do you think they would get to?
Xeno Goku, I think.
Yeah.
So here's the problem with like Marvel, right? Like Goku could get got by a random mutant on the street. Like I know Goku has high scaling and stuff, but the bad part about like comics and shit is like, let's say Xeno Goku for 9th dimensional Xeno walking down the street decides he wants to fight, right? And he sees Professor X pulling up in the wheelchair. Like, I need everybody to know that if Professor X decides he doesn't like Goku, he could just fucking erase him with his mind. Just bolo him. Like, the man fought the Dark Phoenix across infinite planes of existence. So,
right,
being able, like, with just beings walking around like that, it gets really hard to make, like, concrete arguments for where Xeno Goku would place. I will say, given you can scale him with weird narrative shit, like he scales to the reader's world, which some could argue that's a fictional transcendence. And he does definitely have higher dimensional shit. I feel like he would scale to like a random, higher dimensional being or ruler. Maybe like I don't know, like Taboro, but maybe not that level. He would like... Yeah, okay, like Xeno Goku probably swaps hands with like Abomination and beats him, like those kind of characters. But like,
yeah,
dude, I'm not gonna gas up Abomination that hard. I'll say Xeno Goku could probably beat like an Abomination. Like characters.
You don't think he makes it to like Skyfathers even? You don't think? Skyfathers?
No, because like, so here's the thing, and I do kind of want to like address this for viewers, especially like some of your followers might not know me as well, but. One of the issues with like Skyfathers and scaling Goku and like Dragon Ball vs. comics is if we give the same intellectual leash to the scaling for the Skyfathers that we do to Goku, which is like we assume Goku at its absolute peak with like how you could possibly scale the cosmology. If we give that kind of highball or high-end scaling to Skyfathers, they scale beyond time, space, all dimensions, imagination, even like all the words in the human dictionary, which would include like boundless, infinite, math, all that shit. That kind of scaling, no, is good luck. Like we know like Odin could cancel out fires that could absorb and destroy the world tree. Yggdrasil scaling to fucking like living Tribunal avatars and shit, and Thanos. So like the Skyfathers have crazy sky. I definitely think that's something that's like drastically changed for me myself as a scaler over the years. Is my opinion on Skyfathers. They definitely got way stronger to me. But yeah, I don't think Xeno takes on. I think it's a cute effort. Like I don't. Actually, yeah, no, they kind of would blink him away. I don't know, man. It's it's just like Xeno's not outer. So what do you want to do against the Skyfather? That's the problem. Like,
Yeah.
I could say like he could take on someone like a Nova maybe, or like a Gladiator. Goku's pretty confident. He might hurt the confidence of Gladiator, but peak Gladiator at the same time beats the shit out of him. It's like peak comics.
So
Peak comics is a prop. That's it.
hmm.
That's
Yeah. Okay. Look. Okay. Yeah.
That's the
So if we're
tweet.
going with peak, then if we're going to peak, I guess then it doesn't make it very high. What if we're using like average or like the most consistent showings for Skyfathers? I mean, it's pretty consistent that he would be multiversal at least. I think. I personally don't agree with the outer stuff, but I think that I personally think that Goku would have a good chance at least against Los Celestials.
Wait, you disagree
because,
with like Skyfathers being universal?
Okay, like I don't think it's as consistent, but I can see it. If we're talking about like true form Odin, yeah.
Okay, so if you argue,
I'm on the
there's,
fence
like,
about it. I'm on the fence about it. I guess.
So I mean, if someone donates for that, I guess we could like see if I could convince them of it. But if we were to like make a presumption about there being avatars of Odin that have lower scaling, I guess. I think at that point, I would say like he could contend with. Let me think about this. I don't know who he beats, bro. I don't know who Goku beats. Like, it's like I can't. I feel like if you lowball the Skyfathers, you would have to lowball them to a degree they lose to Goku at like their low ends.
Yeah.
But because like I don't see any, like personally, I just don't see any scaling for them on the low end being like 9D. That's like really specific. I don't see that.
Okay.
If you scale them to like multiversal, you could say like 5D and up. But yeah, personally, it's like you have to do Xeno Goku a lot of favors to beat the Skyfathers. Considering Skyfathers could fight Chaos King, like, I don't think anyone thinks Chaos King is having a problem with Xeno Goku.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
Gore needed to make Gore, who can make the World Tree bleed with a random hit, had to prep to kill all the Skyfathers. Like literally had to make a bomb.
That is true. That is
yeah,
true.
you know, it's like not that easy. Fucking base Thor, young Thor was like, "Fuck you, Gore," threw hands with him. You know, like some of those Skyfathers are, especially the ones that sit. I'll say this: Xeno Goku could probably kill a lot of gods in Marvel, but we know a lot of the gods don't scale to like the Godheads, which is the Council of Gods, like Odin, Zeus.
Right.
Though they are not congruent at all. Like we saw young Thor in the Gore saga. It's a great example. There was a god that got fucked up by Gore, and young Thor casually took him out of his misery, like no problem. And like young Thor knew, like, and Gore even acknowledged it. Like fighting those guys was easy, but fighting Thor is a fucking problem. So the point is, the higher end Skyfathers are just too much. We also got a couple donations for battles. Pretty dope. Someone paid for me to convince them. Yeah, I agree,
yeah,
GB.
Hold up.
I feel like I just...
Yeah, hold up. Mel, thank you for the $10. Yeah, going up as Xeno Goku. Yeah. I will do a video on him, and but we'll. I want to really nail down like where he is dimensionality wise. But I've heard from my boy Zenkai, who like archives a bunch of heroes and Xenoverse stuff. He's told me like he ranges from 6th to 9th dimensional.
Yeah,
depending on
no, I
hard
agree
war,
with that. I've scaled Xeno before.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I used to play the fuck out of Xenoverse 2. That was my game, bro.
Yeah.
On the 360? No, PS3. I played that shit out of that on the PS3. So we got a bunch of debates that actually got donated for my shit. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we also have to do the Buhan versus the thing.
Okay, let me see if there's any questions we can address.
I don't know if I really want to debate that because I don't know shit about the thing that much, but
yeah, I'm gonna beat you up on
and you fucking and you
nah,
fucking,
we'll do that for the memes.
You're like the fucking expert, so
nah, we'll do that for like shits and giggles. Just try your hardest, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, cause I will say this: the fans are gonna initially be on your side. They're gonna be like, "What? No way." But we'll address some like light work ones real quick. Let me see if there's any questions. I Okay, so actually, these are most. Well, one of them wants me to convince you that Skyfathers are outer, but I feel like I just did, so I accidentally. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I did accidentally answer that one. So here we'll pick which one you want to do first. So there's Saitama versus Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct Gogeta. Doctor Doom versus True Form Darkseid, and Juggernaut versus Doomsday, and Buhan versus what's it called?
The Thing.
Yeah. Which one are you gonna do first?
Probably Juggernaut versus Doomsday.
All right, dope. I'm down to rep either, so you let me know which one you want to rep.
Probably Doomsday.
All right, for sure. All right. Who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go first. Yeah, so Doomsday has slapped the Justice League several times, including the Flash, Superman, who have immeasurable speed feats easily. And then he literally beat the fuck out of Darkseid. You could argue it's an avatar or it's a true form. According to Dan Jurgens, it is a true form Darkseid. And Darkseid said he was beyond death. He cannot be killed through like raw. He cannot be killed through like raw punching because Superman already did that. He cannot be killed through energy manipulation because Imperiex Prime already did that. So he cannot really be killed through those means. I don't really see how Juggernaut's gonna be able to kill him permanently, because most of his attacks are punching based, and I think Doomsday would just walk through that and get stronger mid battle, and even copy his abilities. He could also do that, honestly, because he did copy I think Superboy's ability mid fight. So
Alright, so Juggernaut, especially at his peak, has too wild of scaling for Doomsday to contend with. For example, Juggernaut, as a willing avatar of Sidorak, can call upon the necessary power of Sidorak in order to win. In fact, we've literally seen him before be able to drastically pull from the power of Sidorak to the point he was like fully in control of the power until Sidorak finally took it back. So he, and at that point, he was able to destroy realms beyond dimensionality. He could conceptually battle beings and fuck them up. The God Blast, which can destroy multi-eternity level beings, was absolutely unable to do anything to Juggernaut, no damage at all. So I think Juggernaut would actually, like, he even survived the Realm of Oblivion and wasn't even like damaged at all, couldn't do anything to him. So it had to spit him out. So, and that was him literally at one of his weakest points. So him, with his passive scaling, with Sidorak and his defenses, I do believe his attacks, his punches that you brought up are not as simple as you made them out to be. In fact, they have conceptual and narrative like scaling. So I do think Juggernaut has the stats to beat Doomsday, especially since we know Doomsday was sent to like the end of time and space, and can like be punched to realms that are like beyond regular time and space, and it basically didn't allow him to be in the story anymore. Like, it neutralized him. So I think Juggernaut could easily do something like that, or even like punch him through existence, especially if he's pissed off enough. And I don't believe Doomsday scales to Sidorak, so I don't think he could copy Sidorak. We'll go from there.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything that puts him above Sidorak either, so I think I'm good on that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I actually, shout out to my boy GB. I've personally read a lot of Juggernaut, but he's also read a lot, so I'm like, I have mad Juggernaut shit. I just think Juggernaut, especially if like we take 8th Day or Tryon, even if we put that up against HP Doomsday, the scaling to Sidorak, the fact he scaled above Classic Doctor Strange and had to save him, is fucking crazy. So, I just peak Juggernaut's gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Do you want to do Buhan versus Thing now? I guess I'll do Buhan because I don't know shit about the Thing as much. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. So, I think Buhan will probably just absorb him. I don't see how Thing's gonna be able to counter being absorbed, and if Buhan really has to do it, he could probably just use a Vice Shout to tear apart dimensional walls and collapse the living universe, which should be like a fifth dimensional feat at least. So I don't see how Thing scales to that personally. Thank you for the donation, John Martinez. I'll answer that in a bit.
All right, so to quickly address the Ben Grimm slander I just heard, Ben Grimm casually scales above Buhan. In fact, in some of his earliest editions, we saw Ben Grimm the Thing able to take on the Executioner, aka the Destroyer armor of Asgard. Keep in mind, this very Destroyer armor was being literally powered by Galactus. And before anybody is like, oh dude, how much power was Galactus applying? Bitch, he was literally standing on the planet puppeteering the Executioner armor. Ben Grimm told fucking Mr. Fantastic, was like, yo, drop me off on that planet. And Mr. Fantastic, like, yo, you know that's Executioner armor, right? Like, you know, and that's Galactus right there. He's like, I don't give a fuck. He hopped out the whip and he beat up the Executioner armor so fucking bad that that Galactus had to abandon it. He said, fuck this. And he abandoned it. Like Ben Grimm also historically is roughly even with Hulk in terms of wins. He was able to punch Devil Hulk, although he did lose his arm punching him. Devil Hulk was able to contend with beings from the Green Door, which is the true hell of Marvel, which would scale to the shadow of creation, so it'd be beyond regular dimensions, like the dark dimension and whatnot. We know how crazy that scaling gets. So, like, Ben Grimm being able to fight this. Ben Grimm was literally also displayed in his recent run to contend with the likes of a being at the end of creation where we saw Living Tribunal was dead. And Ben Grimm started fucking swinging because he's the man. He's also choked Stan Lee the fuck out. So yeah, no, Ben Grimm has like narrative scaling, higher end scaling. He would just, what's Buhan gonna do? Yell? He's gonna get punched in his fucking mouth.
All right, well, I think that Buhan has a chance because, like, even if the Thing does have more attack potency, like with his punches, to really kill Boo type characters, you need to like disintegrate them to like the last cell, which I mean, as far as I know, Thing doesn't have any energy projection, and I don't see how he's gonna be able to like beat him to just kill him like with just raw punches alone. Boo can just regenerate. He has pretty much really good stamina, and also you didn't really like he didn't really like address when I said like that Boo could absorb him, or if he uses a candy beam on him, like matter manipulation, like as
okay, I'm sorry,
countered that stuff.
I didn't. So to kind of counter that, I felt like that was inherently countered by the fact Ben Grimm massively outscales him in speed and AP. So like I brought up the fact he's
Hulk
I
do agree with the AP thing. But
yeah,
like
So I'll address that. So I don't believe he would even hit him with that, and we know that matter manipulation and like knocking him out doesn't even work on a Silver Surfer level, who can literally tank the Big Bang to the face and the destruction of like a million or like a billion stars. And he looked upon it like, I think it was verbatim, like a newborn infant looks upon something in wonder. Like he thought it was fucking interesting. And we know literally Ben Grimm like one shots him with one punch. Like he literally knocked him the fuck out the first time they met, and that was a bloodlusted Silver Surfer, who at that point was just literally dominating for the likes of Galactus. So in terms of like, would that shit even hit him or like knock him out? No, I don't think it would hit. I think he'd dodge it and fucking punch him in his shit. Not only that though, I do believe that his resistance is too high, because that same beam that Galactus verbatim says is enough to fuck up like the biology and put down Silver Surfer, Ben Grimm literally said that shit fucking tickled, and Galactus had to literally upgrade that to finally affect Ben Grimm on a molecular level. I don't believe Vegeta scales that high. I don't believe he scales to above Silver Surfer in terms of raw power and stats. Like, even though he's a jobber, I don't believe he scales above the raw, like, true power of Silver Surfer. So I do believe Ben Grimm has shown literal resistances of that nature. And so I don't think even if it lands, it would actually work, because it doesn't scale high enough. And I think Ben Grimm would close the distance and fuck him up.
What up, medical intent? I guess yeah, let's counter that point. What about like the absorption itself, though?
I think if he's close enough to try to absorb him, he's close enough to fucking get punched. So that's the issue.
Okay.
If he to do so, he'd have to be in range, and to be in range with someone that's massively faster with massive AP advantage, I think it's a big mistake. So even attempting such, because we know for a fucking fact, hacks in Dragon Ball do not instantly work, especially if this character scales 2 or above. For instance, the Hakai. That shit was like resisted. It's been shown to be resisted before, and that's one of the better hacks in Dragon Ball. How do I know? Because that's my favorite series, and I've read it 37 times. So I don't think I don't think the hacks would work on Bingram. I think he scales too high. I think, and he's shown resistances to hacks before. He's even like helped battle against Nyx, the ender of all stories. So I don't see. And the fact that he can like choke out Stan Lee, who couldn't like get himself out of the situation, the same fucking guy that we literally see in that comic produce ideas and narratives that inspire even the likes of like Captain America. Like the fact he's manhandling beings like that and they can't just out hacks their way. I don't think Gohan or Buhan could do the same. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you want to conclude?
Yeah, we can go to conclusions.
Yeah, so I think from what you've said, like if we're using like the thing at his best, and he probably does have more attack potency and speed. I would agree with that. However, I just don't see how he's gonna put down Buhan for good, because as I said, to really kill Buu, you need to disintegrate him completely. So I don't think he can do that by just raw punching him. So I think it would be more of a stalemate. I don't think Buhan will be able to kill him. I don't think Thing will be able to kill him either. So that's what I think generally. It'll be a stalemate.
Okay, so I felt like I did properly address how he'd put him down, as I brought up how Bingram has been able to damage like beings like that transcend time, space, dimensions, and even like.
I get that, but it's like the regeneration though. It's the regeneration factor.
So I don't think you demonstrated Buhan surviving something of like narrative or transcendental erasure. I don't feel like that was ever demonstrated. Like I don't think healing your atoms has shit to do with like a 5D attack, because that's like a 3D healing factor, 4D healing factor. So me bringing up the fact he scaled to like Nick, or like was able to battle Nyx and able to hurt beings that like were at the end of creation, even able to hurt Devil Hulk, who again could literally survive and regen from a fucking attack from Iron Man that scaled beyond all his other weapons, which would include a Phoenix Buster. Like having something like that in his AP department, taking down the Destroyer armor, being able to hurt something that could tank even rune magic and celestial attacks. I feel like I demonstrated that Bingram does have the capacity to hurt on a higher level than Buhan could regen from, and as a result, with his stats, AP, I feel like I demonstrated Bingram does have the capacity to easily put down Buhan.
Okay.
Darnell Hayes is arguing about Sentry losing to Buhan. I'm not even gonna address that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He said, has Sentry... hold on, I gotta say, this is kind of funny. Yeah. He's like, has Sentry ever shown he can erase people? Bitch, Sentry outbested Molecule Man on molecular erasure. Yes.
Even though they came back too.
Yeah, I think he can erase people. That's fair. Like, Jesus. Kill Ares. Fuck. Send him to Valhalla, literally. No problem.
Yeah. Joan Martinez asked Darth Vader versus all of Harry Potter. This is just a versus question. I think Darth Vader fucking claps all of them easily.
Whoa, the Harry Potter... Nah, you're right. The problem with Harry Potter is, like, he's just... 95% of the fucking verse has to speak the spells. He's just gonna force choke them. Like, and just like break their wands. I think it would just beat
them, honestly.
Yeah, the only one he'd have trouble with is like beings like Voldemort, only because they can come back due to the Horcrux. But like, Voldemort at best has like mountain plus, like definitely country level shit. scaling from Grindelwald in those movies, and they do have light speed scaling, but Vader casually has that as well. The only way Vader loses is if he's conflicted, which is unfortunately 70% of his fucking stories. So he might lose like due to conflict.
He might
but,
drop,
yeah, he might like lose to Harry because Harry has the power of love and shit. But nah, he should with like proper power scaling, like pretty comfortably solo.
By the way, guys, thank you for all the donations. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for real.
Do we have to do the other ones?
Let me look at my other shit. Hold on.
Are there discussions or debates? Yeah.
Let me see. I think I had a couple questions purchased. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We did Juggernaut versus Doomsday. Saitama versus Ultra Instinct Vegeta we didn't do. Or Vegeto. And then we have Doom versus True Form Darkseid.
Okay, debate or discussion?
Doom versus True Form Darkseid doesn't specify. Saitama versus Ultra Ego is specified as a debate. So.
Okay.
What you want to do first?
I guess I'll do the discussion for Doom and Doom.
All right, yeah, we'll do that first. You want to get okay? So Doctor Doom versus True Form Darkseid. How do you see that going?
I think Doom would need prep and like the power of the Beyonders to even contend with Darkseid. Like I can see him maybe tussling with a Darkseid avatar in base, but I can't see him like killing Darkseid like the true form unless he has like the God Emperor Doom like power ups and the Phoenix or whatever the fuck else he has at his disposal. Like I feel he would need an external power source to fight Darkseid as his true form.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with Doctor Doom would be recent scaling with the Great Evil whatnot, and being the fact that Darkseid's like an avatar, the Great Evil Darkness, scales to and above Perpetua. That Darkseid's a fucking problem. The fact that no Darkseid ever demonstrated before in DC Comics even scales as an infinitesimal aspect to true form Darkseid. That Darkseid's a problem. However, given that we even saw like early 80s Doom like fucking master the power of the Beyonder, he's mastered the power of Beyonder race, which scaled beyond that Beyonder at the time. Shit gets fucking real. He scaled to God of Stories Loki. Literally battled him. So, by the way, Chuck will be dropping a Doctor Doom video that I'll be kind of helping with. That's going to be a fucking banger. Y'all better watch out for that one. But, nah, Doom is a prep god. If he's prepping, if he knows what he's dealing with, I think
he needs prep. I think he needs prep to go in.
Yeah, if he's dealing with true form Darkseid of the recent comics and he has zero prep going into it, that's just tough. That's like maybe you could argue he could hold him off, especially if you equate when he held off Celestials to the current Celestial scaling. But besides that, he'd be like buying time. But with prep, yeah, he could take him down.
So I guess we can do Saitama versus Ultra Instinct Vegito. Just real quick, Dan, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if you were here for the Wuhan thing. I hope you were. That one was pretty fun to do. So
this will be on replay, by the way.
SCP-682. Yeah, it'll be SCP-682. Me versus you repping for Doom guy. So we can do that one after we do Saitama versus Vegito.
Alright, so obviously I'll be repping Saitama because there's only one man capable of this. It'll be me. So I'll rep Saitama, you're gonna rep Vegeta, I assume?
Yeah.
It's Gogeta. So Ultra Instinct, Ultra Ego, Gogeta or whatever. So
okay, cool, Terminator,
yeah, I don't even know what the fuck that is. But we're good.
Wait, Ultra Instinct Vegeta or Vegito?
So they said Saitama versus Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct Gogeta.
Oh, Ultra Instinct Gogeta. Okay, gotcha.
All right. So you want to go first, or you want me to?
You can go first, yeah.
Let's get fucking toxic. All right. So in terms of Saitama scaling, right? Let me put you on some fucking game. So first of all, Saitama has literally been stated multiple times throughout the manga that he literally scales to his own imagination. That is, he has like a conceptual idea of what superheroes are supposed to be and the fact that they're supposed to win at the end of the day. And so because of this, he unlocked a power in which his imagination manifests as his true power, in which it's a reflection of what he imagines himself to be, which is the guy to win at the end of the day. He can't really conceive of him losing. That's completely gone. He compares it, in fact, verbatim to a maxed game character with all the cheat codes that can't find a real fight because they scale beyond everything. And then we saw literally his raw power alone attracts God, which is a higher dimensional being. And we know this, like, God is able to battle Blast, who uses hyperdimensional shit, or higher dimensional attacks, whatnot, and can casually interact with God. We know Saitama before has bypassed all ideas of logic and physics and math and whatnot, even overcame causality itself. And because of this and the fact it was confirmed in chapter 173 that he could easily do it again because that's just his natural power that will manifest if needed, I believe Saitama would manifest the necessary power to fuck up Gogeta.
Okay. We in Battle of Gods, we do have the scaling that Goku, while heavily suppressed, was going to wipe out the macrocosm, which is larger than a typical universe and should be 5D, given that the afterlife is a higher dimension and they can destroy space-time itself. So they have 5D power casually, like in base alone, and then Goku got several Zenkais and multipliers with Ultra Instinct and shit like that. And then you multiply that with the fusion multiplier, the Metamorphin fusion dance.
Yo, Darna,
Gogeta alone.
Yo, remind me to address the meth head in my comment section after this.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, and base Gogeta alone should be stronger than Ultra Instinct Goku. I mean, should be stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta combined. So Ultra Instinct Gogeta, by extension, would be like well above Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta. So he would scale really high into 5D. So I think attack potency and durability wise, he would scale way too high for Saitama. Even if Saitama does have like higher speed, like with punching back in time, which I personally don't think Gogeta would be able to avoid. But I think Gogeta would be able to withstand enough punches with his high durability, and he would have enough range to keep him at bay. Gogeta also has access to Soul Destruction with the Hakai, and he also has the Soul Punisher. And Saitama does not have any counter to Soul Destruction, so I think he would be destroyed by that, generally.
Okay, so again with Saitama, I don't feel like the causality power was addressed or bypassing causality. I don't believe Gogeta has any signs, feats, or anything that suggests he scales to reacting to or stopping a punch that was never thrown, as it defies logic itself. Again, I could see the argument for Gogeta initially starting off stronger, but that won't matter as Saitama's power passively and reflexively reacts to what he's going up against and allows him to bypass it. That's literally why we saw the boy Boros state that his power is beyond prophecy or foretelling, because simply put, he can just bypass that, and that makes sense due to how it's accredited to his imagination. And given we know he can literally possess the equal to God's power but not be God, we know he's to or above God, which obviously scales above the causality punch, or to it roughly. So being able to reach that height of power again, I don't feel like there's any way Gogeta could address this or stop this or prevent this, and as a result I feel like that level of power and that kind of attack, and the fact that we've seen him literally get like infinitely stronger and it's shown on panel within just a few moments in a fight, I don't see Buhan keeping up with that level of... That makes Zenkais look like fucking baby food. So I feel like Saitama, even if they are a relative, the fact he can like basically infinitely get stronger immediately, especially at the height of emotions or awareness, I think that spells just imminent doom for Buhan or Gogeta.
yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of an argument for the against the causality thing. I don't know. I do think in character, Gogeta would have started out stronger, but he probably wouldn't resort to the Soul Punisher destruction until later on in the fight. Which I mean, you could argue that Saitama would just find a way to counter the Soul Destruction with his willpower. But he hasn't shown any direct resistance to that. So I think that that victory option would still be open to Gogeta, even if he can't. And as I said earlier, I don't think he would be able to react to his punches either, but he would have enough stats to withstand his attacks at first. But yeah, I don't see how he would get past a causality thing though. So I think Saitama would probably win then. Yeah.
Ha! Saitama for the win! Oh my god. Saitama fans, all 12 of you, stand the fuck up. I did it for y'all. Tired of the Saitama hate, man. Shout out to Chapter 173.
Oh my god.
Yo, and it's only going to get worse for here, by the way, guys, because Saitama's only going to get stronger in the manga. It's so obvious they're hyping him up to beat God. Like, oh, we got another donation. Larfleeze versus Annihilus would be cool.
Debate or discussion? Because I don't know enough about both of them.
It's a debate. So we could do.
I don't know enough about them to debate, honestly. Discussion wise, I could probably put my 2 cents on Larfleeze. But
oh man, Annihilus is uphill as fuck. So I guess I'll use Annihilus. Oh, Jesus. No one gives a fuck about Annihilus. He said he could also offer a different debate if you want.
Yeah, I guess.
Who do you want replaced?
I don't mind. Yes, I mean, like all I know about Larfleeze is that he fucked up a lot of Lantern Corps and he fought like the White Lantern Ring, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just change the debate up.
I don't know enough about Annihilus.
Yeah, so talking just like propose another debate and we'll do that. You don't have to pay for another one. We'll just propose a different one.
Yeah. Yeah. So real quick, do you want to do 682 against Doom Guy next?
Yeah, we could do that. Oh wait,
right.
Someone proposed a $10 question. We'll address that real quick before we debate that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where does Xeno from DBS scale to DC cosmology? I'll let you kind of give your read on Xeno's power.
Probably like high metahuman tier. Like, okay, whatever the equivalent is, like whatever the DC equivalent is to Skyfathers, like low Skyfathers in DC, I'll probably put him around there. What do you think?
Xeno, I think he's fucking dumb. Like, he's actually stupid. So I don't think he'd be effective in DC. He could, like, I think he'd... I mean, he'd fuck up the street tiers, obviously. But, like, I don't think he... maybe some of the lower lanterns and stuff. It's just, like, his reality warping and stuff is so common in DC that... there'd be a lot of ways to like counter it and whatnot.
Yeah, and also I don't think he has the speed to like really nail down Superman. I don't think he could erase him either, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of them could just resist that.
Yeah. So like I'll probably put him like high metahuman tier maybe. I don't know.
Nah, I think Xeno... I don't... Again, I think Xeno's lack of intelligence is also a major problem.
Yeah. He's not really a fighter either.
Yeah, he'd be chilling. So, I don't think he really does much. Let's see. I don't think he knows Big B Wolf, so that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, I don't know
if you can pick another character to go against Larfleeze, I could rep Larfleeze.
Yeah. You could play Dueler, please. Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all pick a stronger character, or whatever. Let's see.
And Dan, we'll do your question after this one. We'll do it for sure. Don't worry.
What was there a debate? Okay, so we could do Dan's now while we wait on that, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. So SCP-682 has withstood basically everything from soul destruction to non-existence to reality warping to acid. I mean, to like soul destruction, stuff like that. And we're talking about his absolute true form, which is a constant of termination. It scales several layers into outer versal. Because, for example, the tree of knowledge and the tree of life, they in their fibers alone, they have infinite multiverses within them, and they scale above uncountably infinite expanses of dimensions, which has uncountable gaps between them. And the library, which is contained within the tree of life, is said to be like a platonic concept. So they should be like outer at least. And then 682's avatar, just one of its avatars, was able to destroy the roots of the tree of life, which is like a outer structure. And the constant of termination scales massively above the tree of life and the tree of knowledge. So he should be several levels into outer. He also has like power, like reactivity, so he would just get stronger from whatever attacks him, and he would like nullify it and absorb the power as well. So I don't see how Doom Guy would be able to kill him.
Okay, so I'm repping Doom Guy.
Yeah.
All right. And who did you just rep? I'm sorry, my thing was like kind of cutting out.
SCP-682. Do you want me to repeat what I said?
You said he was outer, right?
Yeah, like really.
We
high
ain't worried
outer,
about that bullshit. All right, let me go in about Doom Guy, right? So big Doom Guy obviously was pissed off about his bunny rabbit dying. Decided to go to hell and fuck everybody up. And in doing so, this is absolutely nuts because we do know from the art book and the guidebooks that hell is actually beyond time, space, and even dimensions themselves, which would by proxy mean that like even the lowest tier beings in hells are base outer at bare minimum. And we know he's taken down characters that like transcend the base level creatures within hell, like the Lord of Hell and whatnot. So I do believe in the fact that like the Lord of Hell and whatnot could literally like one tap existence. I feel like Doom Slayer easily has the scaling because he could like destroy these beings which are beyond dimensions, which would make them like beyond like mortality and whatnot. I think he fucking slaps. I think he just outstats and bops.
Yeah, so actually the art book says that it's unlimited. It doesn't say it's beyond the concept of dimensionality, so it would more so be like.
Hold on, my shit is like fucking up. Yo. Hold on, my shit like cut out. Give me a second, fellas. Yo, can you hear me? Yo. Hold on, fellas. This shit cut out. Hold on, let's see if I can fix this Discord shit. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on, my shit keeps cutting out. Hold on. I know you guys can hear me, but since my shit keeps cutting out, I'm gonna go pop up on his stream. So hop on over to Chuck's. We're going to his stream because my shit keeps cutting out. I don't want this to end, so we're gonna go hit him up.